Alright guys, so today we're gonna set up a Mikrotik Mikrotik router, sorry. So as a technician, as a contract technician, it is a requirement that you understand how to configure basic configuration of Mikrotik routers and switches. So this video is gonna serve as a demo or tutorial for how to configure a router, right? So let's get into it. So number one, you might need to connect the router, which is the first step. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna plug in your router to plug using the power adapter, and then you need an RJ45 cable that you're gonna plug in on your Ethernet port 1 and connect it directly to your PC. And then the second part is that you're gonna need to download Microsoft Winbox, which is currently this software that I'm using. You can get it on the website of Mikrotik. Then there's basically two versions. There's version 6.4 point something, and then there's also version 4 point something beta. So you can check on both of them. All of them, they do work. All right. So again, you might want to check if your router has been pre-configured. So if it has been pre-configured, you might find that it has some sort of a password or some sort of authentication that might be implemented within the router. No? So, but if the router is not configured, you will see it here. Like when you open your Winbox, it will basically be plain with no IP addresses. Or if it writes the default IP addresses of 88.1, so you know that that router is not pre-configured. So we're gonna log into our router using the MAC address, and by default Mikrotik does not have a password, so just click on the MAC address, make sure that you're connecting to the MAC address at the top, then you're gonna click on connect, right? Then once you're connected, sometimes you might find that there are default settings within the router. So in order to clear that out, you need to go to System, then go to Reset Configurations, then select No Default Configurations, all right? Then select No Default Configurations. Once you have done that, it should reset your router, and then it will bring you again to the login page. So you can just cancel out and wait for it to reappear again here. Then you're going to click on it, then you're going to press on connect, right? So once you are connected, now we need to start with the configuration. So what we're going to start with, we're going to assign an IP address to our interface 1, which is our main interface within this router. So in order to do that, we need to go to IP, then under addresses, we're gonna click on the plus sign there to add. Then this is where we're gonna type the IP address of the router that we want to use. So depending on your site, some they're using 10.10, some they're using 192, some they're using whatever. So you're gonna assign the IP address of the site that you're using here. So for now, I'm just gonna make 192.168.10.1. So I'm gonna make it a class C. So it's gonna be /24. So my network portion is the same, but it does just saving a 0 at the end. So here is almost like a subnet, so I'm just writing the same thing with 0. Yeah, so that is my network portion, and I'm assigning this to Ethernet 1. Please, when you assign an IP address, you assign it to Ethernet 1. Then you press on OK, right? And then after assigning your IP address, you want to assign again a DHCP server to Ethernet 1 so that it issues out addresses to devices that request for it, right? So you don't have to assign them manually, all right? So for DHCP server, we're gonna go to IP again, then we're gonna go to DHCP server. Then when you get to DHCP server, you want to set up a DHCP server, please don't click on the add, but you're gonna click on set up DHCP server there. So when you click on it, it's gonna tell you the DHCP server will be applied on interface 1, right? Which is correct. You're gonna press next. Then it's gonna tell you your address space, which is your network. You press next. Then it's gonna tell you the default gateway, that the default gateway is gonna be 1. Then we press next again, and then this is the range starting from 254 going down. We're gonna press next. So for DNS server, we're gonna use 8.8.8.8. Then we press next. This time we keep it like that. Then we have successfully set up our DNS server. So mind you, once you set up a DNS server, there is a chance that it might log you out, because if DHCP server starts running, it might issue an IP address to your device, and that will lead your device to wanna connect to the app. So as you can see, it has kicked me out, meaning that now my PC here is trying to get an IP address from the current router. So I'm just gonna rerun the program again. Now you can see, okay, this one is not the one that I'm configuring, so I'm not gonna touch this one. Let me just refresh. So now you can see that IP address that I've assigned is right here, right? So now I'm connecting using IP address, no longer the MAC address, because now my router has an IP address. So I'm gonna click on it and connect again. So again, I'm just gonna try to confirm if my PC did get an IP address. So I'm gonna go to IP, go to DHCP servers, then I'm gonna go under lease or leases. And then if you check under leases, you can check there. Now there's a device. This D means that there's a device that is connected, and it's a dynamic addressing, which means it got its IP address via the DHCP. So we can see my IP address is 254. I got a MAC address. I got an IP version 6. This was supplied by DNS server 1. This is another active address, the name of the device that is connected, and how long it has been connected. Right? So now I know that my PC actually has an IP address. So if I were to, yeah, so my PC does have an IP address. But does that mean I have internet? No, I do not have internet yet. Why? Because we haven't set up any rules that tells this device on how to get internet, or we haven't told even the router itself on where to get internet. So the next part will be telling the router on how to get internet, right? So in order to do that, we need to go to IP again. Then we need to set up firewall rules. So we need to go to firewall. When we get to firewall, we want the NAT. We want to go to the NAT page or the NAT tab. So we're going to click on add. So now under chain, you will see that there is sourcenet, but there's a lot of options that you can get. It's sourcenet and DSnet, but we want sourcenet now. Then now this is where we tell our router how to go to the internet. So if it wants to go out of the LAN and wants to access the internet, now it needs to access the internet through the LTE, which is the SIM card that is within the router, right? So we're gonna insert a SIM card in one of the slots. So we want our router, if it wants to go to the internet, it needs to use the service provider, which is the LTE SIM card, right? And then under action, we're gonna move to action. So under action, we want to set it to masquerade, and the reason why we set it to masquerade is that we want the router to hide the IP address of our local area network. Any device that is going to be connected to this device is going to be using the local area network, but we don't want it to be seen when we are on the public space, which is the internet. So we want to masquerade it so that it becomes a public encrypted IP address. All right, then we're going to click on OK. So in doing that, now we have set up a rule. So it means now if I were to go to my PC and open PowerShell, so PowerShell. All right, so there is PowerShell. It means that if I try to ping 192.168.10.1, I should be getting a reply. So it means that now my PC is able to communicate with the router that I'm currently configuring, right? And unfortunately here I have a Wi-Fi connected. So, but if we were to, let me try to switch it off and check if I'm getting the icon. But currently I don't have a SIM card in that router, so, but you can see from here at the bottom, I'm connected to network 4. So if I were to do like network interface and go to internet, now you can see that I am in the same range as the router that I'm currently using. You can see that I got this IP addressing or IP assessment. It was assigned to me via Automatic, which is DHCP. And also my DNS information, I got it via DHCP, right? And again, you can see that I'm using one as default gateway, which is the same one that I've assigned to my router when I was doing the configurations, right? Yeah, so that's that. So now I know that my PC is connected. It means that now everything within this device is ready to work. Then the next part is to set up cloud DDNS so that even if the servers within the cloud changes, I still need to have connection. So the last step is just to go to IP and go to cloud again. Now you're gonna enable DDNS, right? You're gonna enable DDNS. If you don't know what is DDNS, please you can look it up on Google. It will explain exactly what it does. So you also need to enable it when you are doing this. Then you're gonna press on OK. Then the last part is to lock the router so that when we access it, we need to have some sort of an authentication that will prevent unauthorized personnel from accessing this router. So how we do that, you go to system. Under system, you're gonna go to password. Then you're gonna click on password. So old password, it was nothing, right? And then for the second password, let's just use track 01, right? So it's gonna be capital letter TO NTRHC01. All right. So we're gonna change. Couldn't perform. New password does not match. Okay. So it means I made a mistake somewhere. Let me go track 01. Okay, let me do it here. Track 0. Right. Done. So now we have set it up. Yeah, so everything now it's configured. If you go to interfaces, we can see we have a LTE that is running. We have Ethernet 1 that is running as well. If we go to DHCP, we can see we have a DHCP, it's listing addresses, we have a network, we have DNS set it up. Alright, then if we go to firewall, Where's the firewall thing? Under firewall, you can see we have masquerade and network. Under LTE, we're breaking out through LTE. So yeah, that is that. That is that. So that is the basic of how to configure a switch. For any questions, please feel free to come and ask me, Terence, or look for Terence in the groups. Then ask. I'll be happy to help. Thank you.